Hey, WWC. I'd share some fighting going on here. Exciting times, exciting times. So, it's me right now against the entire FFs. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 FFs, I guess. I'd say it's going quite well. Much like the season, I like the odds. It's all fun. All right. Let's see. And then I also keeping an eye on this one that's going on at the same exact time. So taking this one would be good. There was a third one going on here, but that one's already done. So just, oh, they're good. They're adding more. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 12v1. Surely Mr. Viper can stop me. Let's see. March right in with this. And then this. Oh my god. The stamina. The stamina. Yeah, there it is. I was like, I'd be able to take that thing over. Yep. Viper. Come on, Viper. Can't let me take on your whole team. Come on, buddy. You got this. Oh, not enough. I don't have the power. First you don't succeed. Try and try again. Ah, I got you that time. Got you that time. And this one is okay. This was originally just to be a little bit of a distraction. But it's turned into they need to bring their whole team in to take care of this because they're struggling. They're reinforcing again. Gotcha. Ton of good reports coming out of here. All right. Nope, not enough that time. No, it might be stacking a little bit hard this time. Oh, let me go. What do I got? I think I got a bunch of these, right? Well, okay. Boom goes the dynamite. Up, took it over again. What do we got? Oh, a couple people joined me. Look at this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 15, 16. All right, we'll go back in. We'll lead with this, and then we'll follow up with a little smack them harder. Boom on the first, and then the follow-up whack. There we go. Took it over. This is good. Give them some fights. Give them something to use their protectors on with all this, with all the negotiated outcomes that they've had. You know, hopefully they actually enjoy a fight or two instead of negotiating for territory. Maybe this will be fun. Keep an eye on this one. Yep, we're good there. Oh, Viper, Viper, better hurry, hurry. Must have watched the tactic card video. Over. Hey, took it over. Look at that. I've got a little more bases, a few more bases coming in. Oh, there's what would a fight be without Captain Ego showing up? Of course, of course. Front and center. It's fun. It's fun. Hey, Ian, welcome in, man. Hope your Christmas was awesome too, man. I need to. Oh, I thought I was gonna need to make some troops. Ooh, took it over again. Here comes a third team in. So now it's a 90-190 versus 71 battle. Still struggling. Look at all this. Oh, it's only a handful of blues in here. But we're hanging, because that's what we do. We fight. No negotiated outcomes. Let's fight it up. Let's fight it up. Boy, oh boy. Guys. Captain Ego is not happy about this right now. Got to bring another team in. I think the problem is only 2v1. Yeah, they had at least 3v1 maybe. So many reports to review to this. Man. Sure, we'll be able to see that Morrison weapon to this. Up. Took over. No. We were chipping away. What's going on? Oh, our limit? We're out? Oh, okay. So that's it. We can't attack anymore. Well, that was fun. It's fun while it lasted. But we must have hit our maximum military holds. But this was this is for a distraction to begin with, because they were right here. So to pull them over here, but then it ended up pulling FFs over, and so good fun to be had by all. I'm sure FFs had nothing but troops to kill anyway. They weren't fighting anybody, so at least they got to kill some troops. Empty some drill grounds, doing some community service for last war. Little community service. But I think that is all for fighting fun. Everything else is probably claimed at this point. So brief bit of fun. Well, you know what? We can always just rally Smoothie. Why not? I'm gonna have Captain Ego. Oh, Captain Ego taking some hits. Oh, no, Captain Ego gone. Where'd he go to? There's Captain Ego. Oh! Captain Ego moving around now. Come on, Captain Ego, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Oops. Oh, let me cancel this one. Have you just keep moving around. Come on. You want attention? So we'll give you attention. I mean, anything to avoid fighting. Anything. See? Anything. Anything to avoid a fight. That's the motto there. He's doing negotiated rallies is what he's doing for Captain Ego. Oh man. Let's see. Fill a rally anyway. Wow, look at J8 holding up. Smoothie can't even clear J8. Good job. J8 from 88 Eyes. Strong man. Look, they're going to try him. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. J8. I mean, this guy here, huh? Soldiering through. Fighting the good fight. Fighting the good fight. You see him, total hero power, 335 for J8. Incredibly strong. Yeah, it'll be, they don't stand a chance with him, with their folks. So you got, see Captain Ego's at 380. Look, 380 smacking 335 with a rally, and still wasn't enough. Need to soldier up stronger rallies, I guess. Look at how strong J8 is. Man, I'd love to get that report. Maybe I'll shoot a message to J8 and see if we can get that report for the to look at the live. Incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. Yeah, I don't think 4x2 has a chance. If Captain Ego couldn't get the rally together to smack him, I doubt anybody else could. Up. I think it's should be able. Who's this? Who's this guy sitting here? Quite sure this one we can. Where's my? Where the heck is my? Oh, it's travel up in the. Yeah. Keep one over there. I mean, if you're gonna do the bomb, all fun and games, but why leave your wall up? Like, what's the point? Not very strong. Not very strong to be leaving it up anyway. Should have looked at the report. Might have been able to mummy him. Who's this here? Oh, yeah. We'll cut across here. We'll cut across. Come to the coast. We'll get together. There you go. 303. too late to do it. I get the next guy who thinks he's... I mean, it's a great conversation piece. Like the bombs are working. Like they're knocking down for what nobody could do. Captain Ego couldn't do it in a rally. Like all these people are trying to hit, couldn't hit J8 in a rally to knock him. Like here's AOV, all these troops that are being lost trying to get his power down, and a simple bomb from Engineer was able to knock his power down by 5,000 by doing it. So at the very least, if you can't port because of the bomb, by using it, you can at least cut them down. So if you do get a lucky rally here or there, come back here. But J is incredibly strong. Can I hit this again? Oh, I can hit it again. Can I? No. So still couldn't get J8 out of there. Got plenty of troops to try, but good man, J8. Good job. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Like, again, too many troops. Just trying to get rid of troops. I don't know. What are they going to do? Clean your base? You're not fighting with them, so you might as well use them with this. That's the thing when you have 5v1, you don't have to use as many troops. It's like, hey, why not? Negotiated outcomes. I can just throw the troops away. Those are good battle reports. I mean, you got that going for you. I mean, I don't even know what's on his wall, but let's see. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's stacked. You got a 92 and then two 82s. Even a sports squad 68, which is really, really high for a fourth squad. So it's only got half the gear on it. If you look at like the top gear squad is 8.1. And so they actually got to figure all red, all mythic gear on this one. And this is only half of it. You got 4. So even on this, he's only got half his gear going. So he has enough to turn his fourth team just off of the gear alone into a 72 million march off his 4th. It's pretty that's that's pretty damn strong. On this poor, he's a 250 drone. So the 250 drone, I mean, that's the sweet spot to continue to get the extra, was it like 5% death rate increase. So even though he could be attacking you, your defense, he's still going to take deaths from you at the I think it's 5% for the 250 drone. So it's a good push. 38% on tactical. Yeah, Deco is high. Yeah, but this is straight impressive. He's what's also is he's using 4v441 with the battle card, which there's no doubt. Like I've been saying the season, I've been doing all season exactly what he's doing here, the missile together. Because again, I keep saying, but your main damage dealers, and everybody in missile feeds off of each other and multiplies the damage that they do together as a team. So they're really strong together, And if you have another team, if you have like a second team, and you don't use it as much, then it makes you can put like pieces around and play around with like Lucius, like different things like that you say. But if you have a second team, removing Lucius from air is crazy. Like you're not going to have a better Lucius air. You're not going to have a better air team without Lucius in it. So it doesn't make sense to mix up missile like that, because you're going to weaken any other team that you have. Now, if you only use one team or you don't use your third team and you have spare parts where you can move around because you're not using it, you also have to look at, are those heroes worth it to move into? Because if your mastery isn't built, different aspects that you're going to pull from that team, your other, heroes that you're pulling in from a third team are going to be weaker. They don't have, you're not using the skill chip for that one hero. You're not using the mastery for that one hero. So there's negatives that impact trying to just say, I'm going to use 4v1, even though you have the 4v1 card. It doesn't always make sense or work. But even for air, I will say, like, air is incredibly strong with Murphy, and I don't even have my mastery in here. And it has been it was better to use 4v1 Murphy than it was Carly when we ran the battle reports early on. And that was like with the 4v1 card at level 4, I think. Level 3, level 4. And now I have it at level 7, level 8. Unfortunately, I can't see JS's battle cards here. It's on a battle report. I'll ask him for a battle report to have so we can go over it like in live. In a future live when we do it. I think that would be good to see, especially. But I think that's it. Yeah, we're all settled up. That is all the fighting they have, and that's it's really a downfall for the season. One of the cons that I'm seeing for the season is they have so much property. There's two things that the game really can do better, and that's one, show people the property protection stages. When you got to figure they blew up the map, so it's so big. You have 8 servers at the wide map, right? The map is enormous. So when you have a map that has 8 servers and every map having all this property, and then plus the middle having all this property, in order to figure out what's on protection stages, and how much, how long it takes, you got to sit there and click around and try to map out the entire thing without being able to see the protection. Just do that a lot better by making it easier for people to plot and see protection stage, or how much time is left in protection. they could do that a lot better. I mean, we're playing a last war game. Like, I understand. We'll get into the season and the negotiated outcomes, and plot out the season of what it's about. But really, that's one takeaway for me is I think you can make it easier that way. I also think you have a lot of these properties that come up at specific fight times, and so you're going to have 3 4 properties come up at the same time, and when you're not able to defend, when you're in our situation where you have like 5v1, and you're trying, and you can have multiple people hit you at once. It's fine. Like that's great because that's the design of the game. Like you just say, okay, just go here. You can only be at one place at once, and blah blah blah. So that's great. I mean, that's the design of season. Cool. But I think it would, if you're looking for a fighting war game, that's what we're playing. Then it would be fun to allow different times for different defenses. So you allowed teams a fighting chance. It adds to the war in the game. It adds, to the fights that are on here. You're seeing now, like for example, right now, Stopped. You have all this property, you have all this time, and now nobody does anything in the game for 12 hours. For negotiated people, that's great. The people that don't really care about the fighting and you just want to negotiate. But the people that want to fight, that want to sit here and do battles, and people that like to watch fighting even, it's kind of a bummer that you're going to now sit for 12 hours and not be able to do anything, just like stare at a wall. When you can just have the properties come at different times. If people are out of troops and they don't want to fight, then that's their decision. At least allow them to choice to be able to do one or the other, right? I want to fight, I don't want to fight. But to have them all come up at once, it's like a big 1 hour explosion that everybody fights and then nothing. And then it's just dead. And then it's just these roller coaster waves of being able to fight. So it also stinks because a lot of the times that come up, like right now, for myself throughout the season, it's difficult for people when you battle different schedules, like work and different things. Like I happen to have time off for a holiday, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that have to work during these times, and they can't make battles, they can't do things because of the timings of these battles, which is too bad for folks. But at the same time, you're battling and all different. You can pick your 8 hour block. I actually think 8 hour block. I'd rather fight at like 2 a.m. Than during the day. I'd rather have like the 8 hour block for work and then be able to fight like all night long. Like who cares? Wake up. It's only set times anyway. As soon as the clock expires, people are gonna fight at that time. So if it's whatever it is, midnight or something, for folks, you can wake up at midnight and fight for 30 minutes, and that's it. It's only an hour block anyway, and the fights are over. So, all right, let me get you more universal decoration pieces. 2 days update, or should I go for my first special base effect? I'm leaning towards Deco. And it depends on what Deco. Like, what Deco are you leaning towards? What stats are you looking to improve? Because I would take the base skin over your 1% skill damage increase. So it depends on the deco you're looking to upgrade. The base skin is good percentages. It's good chunk. So it really depends. There's also just because your power goes up, it's not the same either. Like not all powers created equal, right? In the game. Like I'll give you a perfect example. Like you can lift up certain things like your drone level. So you can get your power from your drone level. If I offered you a drone level of 200, or I offered you full red gear, what would you prefer? Like crappy gear and 200 drone, or full gear and a crappy level on your drone? Like they're equal. You're gonna look at power. Like let's say each one carried power. The gear is way better. Your gear is way better in carrying it. So when you just if you're just looking at strict numbers, like I went up by 100,000 power. It's not always considered equal depending on where your actual power increases are coming from. So I wouldn't look at that. Like base skin offers good percentage chunks. I think like uh, hit point percent, which is always good. Um, and I think is it overall like attack percent, which is better than just like the skill damage increase. Yeah, look, you're getting 5% attack and 5% hero hit points increase, and then again you're getting essentially 10% when you have it. So I don't know. I would just think that depends on the deco that you're upgrading, but I would think you'd have to upgrade like quite a few pieces of deco to equal the base skin percent increase that you're getting from attack and hit points. But send over to deco. Let me see where you're getting it, because I love the 5K. The 5K deco's a phenomenal deal, but it depends on which deco you're using to upgrade. Okay, any tips on how to get gold? Always end up with almost nothing after tech day and gear upgrades. Yeah, gold. There's quite a few spots. To get gold. Um, Gold zombies are obviously like one of the main places to get gold. Uh, Lifting percentages up for your base, Henrik. So, um, like engineer, it can't be ignored. Like it's not one. So here's the thing: there's no magic bullet, right? There's really no magic bullet when you're looking to get the resources and looking. It's not one thing that's going to do it for you, but the combination of all the things. So if you have you're looking at your mines in here and you're upgrading those, and then you're going in your tech and you're getting your economy, and then on top of that you're combining with engineer, because engineer offers you the increase of it. Again, yeah, the economy is another place, right? You have the gold zombie event, your survivors, right? Because you have Taylor who gives you the boxes. So Taylor's boxes gives you constantly giving you the deco. My the deluxe adventure chests always come with every day come with the gold RSS boxes, so you're able to get it there. You're plundering, like don't forget to plunder. Like make sure you're using your plundering percentages. Again, back to engineer, where you can lift your plundering percentages up. You can get it from that area. Train, like every single day you can get on the train. There's RSS opportunities there. I mean, how many opportunities are right here? From truck battle, you can get RSS. You can find RSS boxes there from there. The VIP, obviously, the Alliance store, you're going to be able to get different opportunities to get coins for diamonds or for other resources. Here, you're combining it right with campaign. I'll give you one that you're killing your gold on. I see people do all the time. Dismantling gear. Oh my god! Like, stop making mistakes on blueprints. And if you make a mistake, think about living with your mistake and moving fast. Eventually, you're going to have to upgrade it anyway. But like, God, people that say don't be afraid to dismantle your gear. Yeah, be very afraid, because you're chewing up your gold. So yes, somebody who's saying don't be afraid to do that is probably somebody who spends money. Because free to play people, there's no way you can't afford to sit there and just chunk away your gold on bad gear decisions and then just dismantle it and throw the gold on the window. That is an unbelievable place. Don't be afraid to not build things too. But we have builders, but don't be afraid to have like only one builder active. Like if you're trying to collect resources, it's the same premise of having money in your bank account. You're not going to be able to save money if you are spending money. So sometimes you need to save your RSS resources and not spend them every 2 seconds. You can't go in and be like, oh, I don't have any, and then I just upgraded 7 things that needed gold. So if you're doing it for your tech, totally understandable. That's what we're trying to save for to begin with. But other things that are eating gold, to upgrade for buildings, they can wait. They can wait. They're not going anywhere. You're good. Just focus on your tech. I'm trying to think of other things for you that Doomsday kills, like people have Doomsday, like you can have a bunch of kills there to bring in some RSS gold. You're exchanging troops for gold, but other you can get in rallies and get that. Obviously your radar tasks are gonna give those. The first blood, the 250, the drone. Make sure you're killing the Doom 250 every day because you get that first blood. Yeah, you want to make sure you're capturing that, right? Like the first blood 250 is a huge thing to take advantage of every day. You're going to get resources from there that you're going to combine. Like it's silly things like events people don't take into account, like DS and all the events. If you're not taking part in those, you're also getting resources for those. So like Desert Storm, I believe I believe they have resources. People look past, but yeah, see this? Like here's more gold. Like if you're looking for it, all I'm saying is somebody will look at it and be like, yeah, that's only $1 million here or 20 million there. I need 500 million. But this is how you get there. You get there by all these things that I'm mentioning. It's a combination of, it's not one magic bullet. Unless you're going to spend money. If you're free to play low spender, you can't afford to do those things. So you're looking for how you're going to chunk away. This is how you're doing it. Events like this, just getting additional resources, they all start adding up. Just for participation. I think there's also, you got this for participation. I think that right here, winning medal, and then also participation, you get it. And then they don't give it for points. But I think this is the same across the board for other things. Let's see. I don't know that Winter Storm is going to offer it. Oh yeah, there you go. You get additional gold here. Every little bit helps. Mobile squad tasks every single day, right? Mobile squad, the trucks, they're all going to help you with that. Arms race. I think Arms race has it, actually, now that we're talking about events. Arms race right here. You're doing this every day. Here, gold. Coin, right here. Coin. Yeah, you can do arms race. If you're not free to play, you're spending, you have options as well. The deal options, not anything else, but they have the weekly passes, which are really good. I already did them, so I think they're probably in here. Nope, right here. These weekly passes are good, and they have one that's just for gold coin down here. That's really good. So for a low spender to take it from a weekly pass perspective, if you're just looking to concentrating on gold, that's where a good place to get it. Trying to think who else. Oh, the anything that comes in like 3v3. If you're doing 3v3 or you're doing the Storm Arena, these also have rewards. For I think the daily, is it daily somewhere? I thought. Oh, right here. There's an alliance reward, and guess what? It has coins. So here's another place that that does it, and that's what is that? 50 million. This is worth 50 million right here. 50 million in gold. For this one. For your alliance. So if you're winning, another reason to be in a strong alliance. Even in the regular one, you can get 10 for your alliance, and you can get multiple if you're in a strong alliance. Think about that. You have somebody who's getting the general, somebody who's getting the major, somebody who's getting the colonel. You're getting 50 million, 85 million in gold, like just for doing this. Just for being in that alliance. So that's another place that you can get it. Silly thing like Frontline Breakthrough, I think, offers resources for you. The zombie I know it's not active during the season, but outside the season, the zombies, like the zombie buses and stuff, they offer it. You have the hidden treasures here. You can get gold, from there. And then, digs and whatever. I don't know. I just probably listed off about 30. I probably just listed off 30 different ways for you to get gold. So and then obviously I didn't even mention the number one way, which is gold zombies. The whole point of gold zombies, right? Where you're going to use as much stamina as you can for the gold zombies. So there's 30 different ways that you can get resources right there from a free to play perspective, or at least the majority were free to play. I did offer a couple low spending options in there, but I think with tech, that's why I say it's very difficult for those early in the game to rush to T10s, because when you're rushing to T10s, you're blowing all the gold in one spot, and you're having difficulty trying to keep up. And so that's when everything on your base is going to stop production in order to keep up with the resources that you need in order to push those. As opposed to, there's a manageable way to go about not rushing the T10s and still maintaining your base. There's been a ton of people who have listened to that. We've offered that multiple times to people, and the feedback has been phenomenal for those that have done that and taken their time and do it. I know we've seen it a million times ourselves as we played the game. The folks that had like strong 29s and strong 28s. It's very successful. It works. For all those that say it doesn't, it definitely does. It's a proven. It's not it's not something that's just thrown out there. So anyway, hopefully that's offers you a way, Henrique, to increase your ability to get resources, man. Good luck. It's a long road, but also don't be in a rush, right? This game is all about patience, right? That's the number one thing about this game is spending offers the speed. That's all it offers, is speed to get more powerful faster. You can accomplish these things in a free-to-play mindset for most things. That'd be realistic, right? Some things are going to be like very hard for you to increase, even if you're taking time. Like, I mean, gold deco is going to take you forever to increase like this level, but you can, like, slow roll. You can. It's just, there's some things that are going to take a lot longer than others if we're realistic on how to do chips. Like, I mean, I can imagine chips from a free-to-play perspective. Once you start getting up there for chips, I mean, it's gonna be a drag to increase some of these things. But for the majority of the game, like, the game is designed to allow you to increase different things for free, and that's why they continue to offer more gifts and more packages that are rewards for free and participation. The game's design is they want you to keep playing it, right? It's to suck money and make money. It's a profitable game, but at the same time, they want you to keep playing it. So you're going to continue to get rewards as they come down the pike. Similar to T11. We talked about this when T11 first got rewards. Everybody was freaking out. No one's ever going to be able to get T11s. I said, just give it time. The game will offer it to be free, just like we did with Overlord. They're going to offer it different times to be free. So all you're getting really is the speed aspect of being able to increase it, right? Of getting faster. So have patience is just what I say to you. Like, if you can't get resources, understand it's going to take you time. This is not a game that you're going to pick up and only play for a week. You're looking to play this game most of us play this game for years. And you can certainly play for a couple weeks and have fun with Frontline or do whatever you want to do. But if you really want to be good and build your base, and it's going to take a long time for a free-to-play player. So appreciate the game. You're playing this game. If you're a free-to-play, you're playing the game because you like it, you enjoy it. Not that you're rushing to power. But anyway. Hey, can you review my account really quick and guide me for Season 1? It will start 9 days in my server. Skull, welcome in, first of all. Send it over to Discord. Send me over your reports in Discord, or hit the coordinate site. By the way, partner to talk about we can talk about our coordinates, folks. So hop into our Discord, which is on the front of our page. And we have an outstanding partner for you, which is coordinates. Let me get this up. So much stuff going on. Too much stuff going on here. You come into our Discord page, and you can see right here on the side there is one called Wolfie and Team Coordinates. You click in here, coordinates to any server. You go into and click into join here to go to server. And then come over to coordinate results or coordinate requests once you're here. You can request a link to any server, anybody's base, anywhere in the game, and they will hook you up. So they are phenomenal, Wolfie and team. They do it out of the kindness of their heart. They're amazing at what they do. Please jump over, help out, help our partner out. And participate and ask them whatever you want as far as needs. They also are in needs of volunteers for certain things to track. So if you're into that or you're looking to get more involved in the game as far as tracking bases and doing things, please message Wolfie and team. Tell the WWC sent you over, and we will, we'll appreciate it. So send that over to her. But yeah, go get the coordinates and see. So if you want to send a battle report, you want to get my base coordinates, by all means, send it all over. I will be happy to take a look at it, Skull. Give me some time. I am like quite backlogged because I need to take some time off, but I will get you. Mano, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm not sure what you said, but hey, welcome in. 4 gold. Let's see. 4 gold. Also going crazy on zombie invasion is great. I usually burn around 7k stamina. 100%. 100%, Sebastian. 100%. Zombie event is the key to anybody collecting gold. It's to take the time and use it up. But it's also collecting the stamina to use for that zombie event. But we've all through the years now have sat there in zombie event and just played it over and over and over, killing zombies. Because yeah, it's really the best source of gold that you're gonna just sop up at one time. It's crazy the amount of gold you can get in the zombie event. That's why they have it, and that's why they had it so early on in the game, and they continue to have. And if you continue to play it, you continue to put your stamina there. You'll reap the reward. So I completely agree, Sebastian. You mentioned everything in the game to get gold. Amazing. Pretty helpful. You are welcome. You're welcome, Mazzino, and welcome in. Welcome in. Drone indeed. Deco. Yeah. I don't know Drone indeed. I don't know what you were saying there, but welcome in. Hello. Is anyone using Venom for anything? PvP. Yeah, I just showed. So Venom is made. I think there's opportunity maybe to increase your missile squad with Venom. I have not dove into Venom with this season. I had too much going on. I will eventually look in. But you just saw for a 4th team using Venom, and I'll probably put Venom in at some. Do I have? I think I have Venom in here. I have Venom, yeah. I have Venom in. I don't know who I. Yeah. I just did this. I dropped out. Not sure what I'm going to do with my 4th team, to be honest with you. I haven't had time to cook it up and figure it out. Put Sarah here for now, but it's kind of a waste because I only have Carly there. So I don't know. I'll figure out the 4th team. Not giving any strategy on the 4th team right now. But Venom has been on the majority of people's 4th team. If you look at Venom, mostly Venom's skills says that it's for the 4th team. Where is this little thing here? Energy damage applying 1 stack for. It says it helps out right here. The UR. So in battle, boost Venom's energy damage by 13% for each promoted hero on your squad. Additionally, boost energy damage by 6%. So it's meant to be used on your 4th team. It's really meant to boost your Venom for your 4th team here. So for missile, there's other things that you can do here by attacking, dealing energy damage equal to 344%. He's adding, and then attack 3 random enemies, dealing energy damage equal to 721%, and applying 1 spec. So I'm sure World Boss, you could take out maybe a defender and put that for full attack. I wouldn't think I'm gonna use Venom ever in my missile squad on the regular. Like we'll have battle reports and prove that out and show that, but I don't think so. That's gonna happen. You saw J8 earlier though. We just showed he has Venom in his 5 as well. So people are using Venom in that for their 5 and their for the code boss. But I seriously doubt PvP reports are gonna prove out that that's going to increase. Like, who are you taking away with 5? See, here's the thing. All this stuff that we were talking about, mixed squads, is all fun and game. Like, that was great early on. But now everybody has exclusive weapons. So all of this was more of a conversation when we were like, oh, 4 exclusive weapons, I can remove somebody and then put somebody in. So it's conversation to remove Morrison without an exclusive weapon. It's conversation to remove Carly. Stetman without an exclusive weapon. Now that they have exclusive weapons, all different battle reports, all different testing, and now you're putting in different. It's kind of hard to have anybody from that fourth squad, whether it be Sarah or Venom, anybody that you're going to put in. Even Scarlet is going to be interesting. Like, how are you going to put in? They have to make up the fact that you're removing an exclusive weapon now. So your team has to be just as powerful as 4 exclusive weapons versus 5. Those battle reports are going to be difficult to come by, I think, as we start really sandboxing outside of the season. It's difficult to tell you right now because we just don't know. We just, from a proven battle report perspective, we haven't seen it. We will sandbox the crap out of this because that's what we do, right? That's what the community does for the WWC. That's what we do. We love to battle test this stuff and sandbox it. So obviously, once the season starts, remove those battle cards. We know what life really looks like. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We are going to have a lot of fun doing that. So, Panther, thank you. Yes, 80 million. Thank you, brother man. I did. I just hit it. Let's see. Yeah, look, exactly 80 million. I just hit. Thank you, man. It was one of those things. I kept seeing it. I was getting closer. Finally hit it. For me personally, I'm still working special forces. My game plan is to max out damage reduction, okay, and morale. Yep, before T10 as a free-to-play. Probably will take me months, though. Yeah, listen, you got nothing but time, Enzino. I love the game plan. Love what you're doing. Take your time. You're going to be so much happier doing the game that way. It just makes it more enjoyable. T10 is such a grind. It sucks the fun out of the game. Like, sitting there trying to grind to get T10 over and over, it just sucks the fun completely out of the game. So I 100%, where you're playing an entertainment game right now, you're going to end up getting T10. It's not that you're offering it like, hey, you either get it by here or you can never have them. That's not what your situation is. It's about, are you going to have more fun in the game that you're playing for entertainment or not? And 100%, Manzino, take your time. Trust me. And you can talk to other people that have done the same thing, that are in Discord in the community. They share their stories all the time of how they watched the tech video and they've waited and they love it, and it's benefited them. By all means, just ask on Discord. They'll give you tips on what that journey was like. But yeah, the T10 grind, most of us know what it's like, and it sucks. It's horrible. Drone and Deco, you mentioned the things that take a long time to max out. So yeah, thanks, man. You're welcome. You're welcome too, Skull. Appreciate you. Ant, congratulations. You're catching up to Hawk. Who is Hawk? Oh, I don't know. I guess I should know Hawk. Who is Hawk? I don't know who Hawk is. If Hawk is VIP 18, the answer would be no. I'm not catching up. But listen. I'm happy. I'm happy where I am. I'm good. Not chasing. Not chasing after anybody. So, yeah, mixed squads used to be a thing. For example, Adam and Tank to counter. Now they added stat exclusive things. Yeah, 100% they've changed, Manzino. It's going to be interesting to see how they actually change, though. I don't know. I don't know how they. We'll find out, right? It's very difficult. Again, even the season just wrapping up for those that are in the we're in the original servers, the first 68 there. So they're just wrapping up their season. Our season's going to come to a close pretty soon. Probably only have a couple weeks left. I'll tell you exactly how much time we have left. 9 days. We have 9 days left to our season. As we wrap it up and we start telling, the story of how things go and our opinion on the season. I think I have a great conversations to have on season 5. I think that there's a lot of good things that are being attempted to be done in season 5. I mean, it's there's a ton of fighting. I really wish there was even more fighting. Unfortunately, I had some personal issues I had to step away and deal with during the season, which made it a little bit more difficult on me overall. But I think like fighting, like I said, like different times and stuff like that for season 5, like continuing to fight. It's been nothing but fun. This whole Captain Ego and the 5v1, that's all good. Like that doesn't It's cool. Like, I mean, you try to get rewards for people the best way you can for, like, free to play and low spender. Because that's who's going to take a hit from stuff like that where you're trying to get it. But the rewards are very close across the board. It's not like people aren't going to get rewards. They can say do whatever they want. People are going to get rewards. Like, it's gonna happen. Are they going to get? Really, when you look at the rewards, everything is so close. It's like 1,200, 1,100, 1,000. What's it going to cost you? 1,000, 2,000 in season points. I mean, listen, it is here and there what it is. The point is, like, are you having fun? We play the war game. We look forward. So the way I look at it is everybody, at least in our alliance, in our server, what we talked about was we wanted to fight, right? All we talked about is, man, this off season is really been long and draggy. That's what everybody talked about. We had such a long off season between where we are 69 to 120, and such a long off season that took place that we were like, God, I cannot wait for the season. Can't wait for the season because we were looking forward to the fighting. We talked about it on here on live constantly. Like, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Everybody was excited about it. And then all I've been hearing from different people on different servers and seasons, people have been messaging me and telling me how their season is boring because they are in a negotiated outcome where everybody has decided who's going to get what and where, and there's no fighting. They're not fighting. They're not fighting each other. And so it's all negotiated outcomes. And, like, I gotta believe that if you are in that situation and you're an actual player, you're not a power person that's sitting there trying to make deals with each servers. I have to believe if you're playing a war game and you've been told for 3 months to wait, and then you're waiting to fight, and then your team and server tells you, well, guys, listen, we have a negotiated outcomes. You won't be fighting for the next 3 months. So, saddle up. You be happy with your rewards. I mean, okay, but I can offer you fighting every single week, an uphill battle, and maybe you'll lose, and maybe you'll get a little bit less rewards. Because look at the difference in rewards. Like, really. Like, look at the difference in the few stages of rewards that you get, you don't get. Would you rather have the game that you own and you play, that we play every single day, we play for entertainment? Is the entertaining for you to be a farmer? Is the entertainment for you to click and just, not fight? If so, then some of these negotiated season of other servers outside of, like us even, that we've talked to, you're having a dream. You're in a dream world because they're negotiated outcomes. You're not fighting. So season 5, which is supposed to be like more fighting than ever, has become no fighting. And then, if that's your thing, then cool. But for those that want to fight, that are actually looking at play this game for entertainment purposes and fight, no, that sucks. I mean, it just sucks. Like, looking at it from we'll talk about it from this negotiated allies and things that you do and stuff. But right now, like, you look at the map over there, and early on, 90 was fighting probably every single day because people from 90 were telling me how you look at their team. Here was 90, and they were right next to 190, and so people were telling me how from 90. How 190 was busting them up. Like, they couldn't get rid of 190 because they wouldn't, whatever. So instead of fighting, they were losing, and instead of fighting, they just decided, hey, we'll just team up with them and we'll negotiate it and we'll go that way. And so they went, like, the first probably 3 weeks or 4 weeks, they didn't fight anybody because they didn't have anybody to fight. Like, they weren't fighting us, like, because we were the giant enemy. So they were trying to hit us in the mud, but they had to work their way up to past 190 all the way up here in order to fight us. They weren't fighting 171. Nobody was going to fight 171. That's why they all made the deal, to begin with, because it was 71 and 171. So you make a negotiated deal of here to fight, to side with these people and side with these people. And you make a 5v1, which is all good. I really don't have a problem with, as long as we're in wars and as long as we're fighting, win, lose, whatever, people can say what they want, but I play the game I always have. We had 70, for those of you that have followed us, we have 72X. There is zero care or crying. The fact that it's 4v, saying that it's 5v1, 6v1, that's just the truth of the season. You can't tell the story without the truth. It's not about whining about it. Like, you guys want to team up and go against it. Cool. It's an honor because it means that somebody's strong enough to be able to take that. But it doesn't bother. It's not going to bother me. I just want to fight. Like, so as long as there's going to be fights, that's where I am. And if the server doesn't want to fight, then it's probably not for me. We were actually in our original server, 72. I can tell you, we came from 72 as our original server. We wanted to fight. That was our big thing. So we got tired of being in alliances that didn't fight. We actually started our own alliance that would fight because there was not enough fighting. So we called it 72X. Way back in the day, for those of you that were around the server, probably ran into us that were in our grouping and whatever. I can tell you, and anybody who's been part of 72X, you ask them if that was some of the most fun that they've had in the game. We didn't have any VIP 18s. We didn't have anything that was crazy. All we did was fight. Everybody in that alliance was fighting. Rallies. We practiced rallies. There were people that early on were picking on our players, like from our own server. They were upset because we just wanted to fight. So they were picking on our strong players, and what we were able to teach those, we wanted that to happen because we were able to teach those free-to-play low spenders how to manage your wall. We were able to teach them how to rally people, how to watch when somebody has their number one squad out. This is when you can attack them. We were able to train the team that way. It was like, you're doing us a favor by doing this because this is what we want. We want to show people how to play this game as far as fighting and war goes. That's how we started. We had an entire team devoted to just really war because that's all we wanted to do was participate and get more war-minded individuals. So we would go in and fight our versus opponents, and our versus opponents would be way stronger than us. Or we would go against a weak versus opponent. We found the stronger team on that server that we can strategize with each other. We can reinforce each other. We can move around. We would be a pain in the you-know-what to any server that had whatever you had, VIP 18s, whatever you had. We were just pests. We were annoying because we just wanted to fight. And so how can you fight in a game? Everybody gets mad and you say, oh, they spend too much and they have more money and they're stronger than us. That's okay. Like, let them be. There's still people on that team that you can fight, and that's going to annoy the hell out of people that are stronger. So by all means, don't give up. Keep pestering. Like, that's part of the fun of the game. Fun of the game is the fighting, right? So at least for us, it was. So we kind of got like-minded people, and then we moved, and then we actually went to 88. And for those of you that know, talk about 88, our experience on 88 Knives for a long, long period of time, because we were only there for a few months, but we haven't stopped talking about it since. Incredible, like Eyes are fighters, like, you know, people. It's funny because on the board. The other day on the chat, we had the war that we showed on live, and I don't cut to the board, the world chat and stuff, but there's a reason. Like 190, I was calling him Captain Eagle because you go on the boards and it's just like bragging and this, oh, blah blah blah. One like 5v1, ha ha, you lost, blah blah blah. Where's your, blah blah blah. I don't know who's running their mouths. I don't know who's doing whatever, but I can tell you that it's like you're gonna lose. You don't run and cut loose because you lose battles. Like, that's part of the game. Anybody who's played this game has lost battles. It happens. You have to learn from the experience of losing. You can't have the experience if you're not fighting. So negotiated outcomes don't give you fighting. So it's just like, that's the fun of the game. So the game is meant for different players. We've known this from the beginning. Some people started playing this game because of Frontline, and it wasn't even the game they were expecting. Some people like to farm. Some people like to fight. Some people like to do like negotiated outcomes. It is what it is. But I can tell you that for us, like the regular people that we came to 71 as, as a group, we have about, probably 50 of us, 60 of us that came and kind of travel almost as a pack. You ask any of those people, and they're down for the fight. They just want to fight. So being part of, I can tell you, being on server 72 when I first came in, it never had a whale. It never had anybody. Like, yeah, we had people that were strong. I was decently strong as I am now, but I'm not a whale. I'm in no way. I say like a dolphin. I'm just not a whale. Like, you guys say what you want, but there's people out there. I'm sitting at my power. My power is strong. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying I don't spend. I'm not saying whatever. But what I'm saying, the people that are out there, like you see Hulk, you see CDF, you see Stickman. Like, those folks are whales. Like, that's, or what are you gonna define it as? Like, I'm a mini whale and they're an orca? Like, I don't know what you want to say, but for me, it's just a simple definition of like, that's a whale to me. Like, a whale is you can bring somebody into your server and it instantly makes a difference because nobody can beat them. that's a whale. Like if you're gonna, hey, we got a whale coming in. Listen, if you say, oh, I got QB coming in, there's plenty of people that are gonna beat me. I can't support a server. So how can there not be a definition between the two? There's a big difference in the money that's spent. There's a big difference in the power in this game, and they're whales that are truly whales. These VIP 18s, the people that are spending, they deserve the respect of the actual power that they have, right? And by the way, the majority of the people aren't Captain Ego. Like most of the people are, people like you can have a conversation with and talk to, and they'll actually help you. Like Stickman. I've talked to plenty, asked questions and different things of how he improved, how he increased his stuff, and whatever. There's plenty of people you can talk to that don't necessarily need to have the ego. You ask anybody on 71 or my team. There's no I might spend. I mean, powerful. There's no ego. I don't have the ego. I don't care. Like I lose, win, we win. I just want to experience it, play war, help each other out. We started this friggin' WWC because we have no ego. The whole point of it is because we got frustrated with what was out there. We just want to help people through our experiences. That's not ego. That's trying to get back. It's trying to help everybody out and not like sit there and just showboat because you spent money and whatever. That's not to me what this game is about. I have fun for this game for entertainment purposes, and we want it to last for a real long time. And to me, that comes from fighting, because I think oftentimes when people don't fight, they don't also know how to lose. Like you're gonna lose. These things are gonna occur. You can't just tuck and run and cry about it. Like you lose. It's part of the game. So I don't care. So the bottom line is like, you want to hear me crying about losing? Don't care. You want to hear me crying? Like I think 5v1, 6v1. Like I said, it's part telling the story, but it's not complaining about it. It's fine. That's how the season dynamics are set up. And you guys know, from all the stuff, you're just gonna get the truth here. Like I'm just gonna give you straight up like whatever you guys want to know. I'll give you the truth of how the season went. We'll talk about it afterwards. We'll talk about the success of why 71 struggled. 71 struggled back from 96 from last season. If you remember season 4, we talked about the one team that in season 4 had 3 VIP 18s, and we were like, how the heck did they finish out of the top 10? How is that possible? How could a team with 3 VIP 18s finish out of the top 10 like 96 with Stickman and Abria? And then you looked at it and you said, well, the results just don't tell the whole story. They had their own faction turn on them. And we said at that time in season 4, there's no way a team could survive four faction plus your own faction going against you and having 5v1, 6v1. We talked about this in season 4. You wouldn't be able to survive that. And 96 couldn't survive it. And I can tell you, 96 has way more participation and way more strong power across the board than 71 does. So it's a carbon copy if you looked at it. Like, yeah, there's no way you're going to survive. So it's all good. Like you can't look at it and be like, oh, like sour milk because you lost. It's okay. Strategize. These things happen, and then you go into season 6 and you move on. Like it's all good. It's an experience that you're taking from the game. As long as you're fighting, you take away good experiences, win, loss, whatever. You're going to take experiences away from it, and we talk about it. And you take your experience and you share it with everybody else and how the game, the pros and the cons. The cons won't be that you lose. The cons will be what they could do better in the season dynamics. Not personally, you're crying about it. Like you just move forward and you tell the story of season 5. And that's what'll happen. That's what we'll do. I just wish more people played the game and had that sort of mentality where knowing you're not going to win everything in this game. It doesn't happen. So it's okay. You just fight, have fun, and then go about your business afterwards. And then in the off season, we talk about it and we play the fun things of the battle reports and figure out how to improve. And for those that are playing in the future, that are coming into season 4 and season 5, we help you with your battle card setup, and we make it a good experience, hopefully for you, so you can improve. But that's what you're going to hear from season 5 as we get to jump in and kind of really break it down of how the season went. So anyway, that would be my early take, your early preview, if you will, when we talk about season 5 on some of these things, and you'll certainly hear some of these same things. But Okay, so let me just get caught up and get done. Yeah, not a fan of the 4+1 tactic. Now that everyone is EW, I am hoping we will see less of that. Well, 4+. Oh, do you mean without the 4+1 card? Reaper. By the way, welcome in, Reaper. If you mean without the battle card 4+1, you're right. There may be, but don't forget 4+1. Just because everybody has their EW doesn't mean that we won't have 4+1 with 5 exclusive weapons. Somebody from another team. It doesn't mean that won't happen either. Like, it could very well work as we do our battle reports and see it. But with the battle cards, 4+1 is very viable, especially if you're only using like one team or two teams. You have all the extra heroes that you're looking to spike up and compile and mix squads. Yeah, 100%. Ant was joking. He's over 100 million. Who? Hawk. Is Hawk to do with the? See, I am so not versed. I am not versed on VIP 18s, guys. I don't watch the. I miss a lot of the stuff, the videos. I know the ones that I run into in Winter Storm. I'm more familiar with those. But I don't. That's Shaka's cup of tea. He likes to do all the VIP 18 stuff. I'm really not as versed on all of them, but I do know there was the guy with the Hawk base. Is that the one you're talking about? I remember seeing the Hawk base or something that somebody has. So maybe that's who you're talking about. 100 million, yeah, that's getting into whale territory. Like 100 million is just it's crazy, man. To even think what 100 million looks, I can't even think like what 90. I know what it took me to get to 80 million, and man, I can't even fathom what 90 million and 100 million is going to do. There's no more big chunks. They don't come by big chunks, so it takes time to chip away. Good morning, Chicken Charlie. Welcome in. Manzino, it sucks to be honest for them. Not sure for who you mean, but it took out all the fun from the season for them. I'm not sure who you mean. Oh, do you mean negotiated outcomes? Is that what you mean? If someone can hold 3 positions and still has a 4th squad that beats 99% of players, I would say that's a whale. Literally met one this morning. Yeah, I would agree with you. I can tell you right now, this 4th squad that I have will show you like 50 million. Listen, you could probably beat this with like 40 million. When you get into this 4th squad, it doesn't have any gear. Again, we talked about the gear. The gear is what matters. I keep saying that, but like this 4th squad that I have, I don't even use it. I don't fight with this thing. It's right now. It's I don't care who's in it. It's not worth a damn. I fight with it sometimes to hold spots in Winter Storm, and you can knock that thing out with like a 40 million team. I'm telling you, it's a 40 million team with gear will probably swap my 4th squad 50 million. Until you're ready to put your gear on there, you build up your skills. Like everything's so low in the 4th squad. It comes in handy in a lot of aspects of the game. I would not say PvP fighting is one of those things. that's I will say I'm not getting the monthly pass because I really want to fight with the PvP. Now, other folks that you're seeing that are able to put gold gear or like red gear on their 4th squad and get all the skills up and even get the chips for their 4th squad. Listen, they're in a whole different world. That's without a doubt a whale that can do that is pretty impressive. Vicious, welcome in. Like the name. Hey, I agree with you. Let's have fun and let that people are mocking us. Hey, I agree with you. Let's have fun and fuck that people are mocking us. I'm not sure what you're talking about. But okay. F the people. I guess I feel like vicious. I feel like your fist was in the air for that one, but I'm not sure. Bro, can you show your research page? I remember you said, sure. Uday, my research. It was research. Here is research. Not sure if there's something specific you wanted to see, but that is research. All right. I remember you said a few weeks ago you were thinking of switching to 100% Charlie. Oh, absolutely. I would switch to tanks. Uh Yude, what did you want to see? No, I don't know what you mean. What did you want to see, man? Get a no. Switching of tanks in the future. What would be the process of switching? Would you need to get all heroes to EW 30 first? Yeah, so for me, it's a possibility for that because I can get all the heroes to 30. Oh, okay. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I could get all heroes to 30 EW right now for my tank. So my tank, I'm in the process right now. I can tell you. So my number one team was missile. So there's a couple things that you need to look at when you're improving a squad or you're going to make a change for your squad. First thing that's important for your squad is going to be gear, right? So you're going to have to be able to put good gear on a squad. If you can't put good gear on your squad's not viable. So I'm in the process for tank of putting good gear on my squad. Um, Second thing, not in order, by the way, not in order. The gear I would say is number one priority for your squad. But I would say that not in order here, like skills. Your skills in general need to be pumped up to 30 and then 40 for your EWs, right? So you need to get all your skills up for your heroes, right? You have EWs that you have to take into consideration. Now, for me, for tank, I have every hero upgraded to level 30 for their exclusive, except for Stepman, who just came out, who will be 14. He'll eventually be 30. So there you have three things, right? So we have gear, you have skills, you have EW that you need to worry about, okay? Then there are really two time-consuming big ones that are difficult. And that is your skill chips make an enormous difference, and they're incredibly hard to improve. So I've moved my number one team to 9 chips. My number 2 team, this week coming up, will get an 8th chip. I'm going to stop at 8 for air, and I'm going to start on tank and moving tank to 8. Now, 8 is because you get the bonuses at 8 for the percentages. You get the bonus at 8 right here for everybody. So I'll get them to 8 to get the bonuses for tank. Now, my first team, typically I wouldn't say that for people who aren't spending, who aren't Dolphins, who aren't trying to use multiple teams. It's not wise for you to focus on your first team. I've moved off because to get the 10th chip is really going to take 40 of each. 40 of each. Now, 40 of each is obnoxious for every chip. So it just seemed like an opportunity for me, once I got to 9, to say instead of going to 10, it's going to do me more good to take these chips and slowly but surely increase them, because only 20 will get me to 8, and 8 gets bonuses. So what I'm doing is I have 9 in 1, I'm doing 8 in 2, I'm going to do 8 in 3, and then I'll come back and do the 10th in my first one. But I will tell you that chip is an enormous part of switching teams. You can't have a switch of a team without having good chips. Right now, if I was like, oh yeah, tank's going to be my number one, and I'm going from 9 chips or 8 chips to 6 chips, that's no good. That's dumb. That's just straight dumb for me to do that, because the power is in my chips that are on my first team or even my second team. So until I have these ready and organized, I can't really switch to something like a tank squad. Now, if I had 8 chips on one team and 8 stars on one team and 9 stars on the other, sure, I can overcome that. I can use the 8-star team as my number one team. Yeah, absolutely, because there's everything else needs to be factored into using that team to switch over. It's not making that big of a difference with that 9th star that I wouldn't be able to switch over. But you have that. Then the last one is incredibly time consuming is your research. So you have to be able to do your mastery. If you're going to go in and have your number one squad and you don't have your full mastery worked on, then it's going to be very difficult to make that team usable. I've been able to beat many squads that have moved their tactical weapons up to 7, 10%, things like that to overcome. But when people I go against have full mastery and I don't, I cannot overcome it. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and it 100% whoops me. It's very difficult to overcome mastery being maxed out for somebody, especially when you're not. So my tank right now, I haven't even started. But I will tell you that I'm going forward and finishing my aircraft mastery. I can work on tactical. I am not going to be working on tactical. Tactical will be a long-term thing. I've talked about this a while ago. These are whale things that they come out with. They're distractions to me. And I'm not going to buy into the tactical because I'm trying to have 3 teams that are useful. And in order to make a third team, which is a tank, viable, or make a switch to a team and make it viable, you have to have your mastery moved and really like push to get maxed out. So my goal for my tech is to max out my masteries before I start on tactical. I will work to max out all of my masteries before I really dive into tactical with Valor. And that's how I'm going to do it. And I would say those are your main things that go into switching over. So I'm not close to being able to switch over. I'm probably not realistic to do it in Season 6. I'm not there for the tank. What I will tell you is I'll probably have my gear done before I have my mastery done. Because the mastery and collecting the Valor is going to take longer than doing the prints that I'll need to do. So those are the things you have to think about improving, though. EWs, though, really more and more able to push those when you look at EWs. Like the amount of exclusive weapon shards that they're giving out, so good. So good to be able to push that. So, Charlie, long way to go. I've talked about it. I'll continue to talk about the switch to the looking at tank and getting that maxed out. You'll see me doing that. I do have to finish air, though. Air is my number 2, and I have some mastery to finish up. I have a couple reds to finish up with mythics for air. My chips are finally done, though. So I'm getting closer to having my air team be complete. So we'll move to tank. Okay. Unless he has tank's mastery maxed, he won't switch as of that. There you go. So there's Benzino telling you you're right. I don't know about maxed. You're right. To go to first, I won't make it my first. I will never make it my first squad without my mastery max, especially because I have the other ones. So yeah, you're right. I won't switch to my first squad. No. I'll keep with missile. I want to see your tactical drone 1. Oh, tactical. Oh yeah, here's tactical drone. I don't have anything done. Here's tactical drone. I won't complete. This is similar to my approach for this. Would be similar to my T10 approach. For troops. I am in no rush to do these. These eat up. There's so much Valor that's needed to move these. Like just to do this, you need 1,900 for this. So that means it's 19,000. So you're looking at 20,000 for each one of these. So it's 60,000. To complete all of this here, I would need 180,000 Valor to just complete this section in here for tactical. Now that's all fine and good. The problem is that I can like get through the majority of my mastery with that 180,000. So I'm going to choose to do my mastery and make my third team viable right now because the way that we play, the way that this game is gone, the people that I'm running into, you're way more dangerous when people can't burn through your wall. Number 1, you save troops when people can't go through your wall. And if you've looked at my reports earlier, there's people, like even I showed you earlier in this season, like Captain Ego. Like he tried, he attacked me and couldn't get through my wall, even as I am right now. and like way stronger. Like you're looking at a 600 million versus a 400 million person right here. So 200 million has on me and couldn't get through the wall. So, even this one, win this one. Here's the third squad, lose, but still can't get through the wall. Still can't get through the wall. So the question would be, I will tell you, fight these battles. What I did was make my number one air because he had his number one tank. So because he was running with number one tank, I decided to throw my gorilla on my air and make my number one air. That's what having three teams does for you. And that's why I'm going in this direction. Because if you could do three teams, you don't want to, if you can prevent people to go through your wall, that is incredibly important. Don't forget, the troops you're seeing the difference of. If you're going to sit and try to battle somebody over and over and over again and you allow somebody to hit you 10 times, yeah, that's not good. Your hospital will fill, you're going to lose troops. But to be able to take one or two whacks like this, no problem. That's a cakewalk. The troops will get healed. In here, it's taking probably as a 250 drone would be my guess. I'll just double up and look, and I'll show you why it's not a problem. Yeah, 260 for his drone. So he's going to get the 5%. Even though I'm defending, he's still going to take my troops. So you can see I still have 134 killed. But in the long game here, because he didn't burn my wall, because you can't get through the wall, right, and it's strong enough, well, he lost 206. I would have lost an additional, 500 troops because you burned through the wall. 600 troops would have died because he got through the wall. But because that didn't happen, I actually beat him and killed. And really, this is the only column that necessarily matters in the long run. Now, if you're going to sit here and take 10 hits and your hospital's going to fill, that's a different story. You want to get the hell out of there. You don't want to hang around. But the point is, if somebody were to whack you one time real quick and you couldn't move fast enough, what did that do to you? Did it just put 3,000 in your hospital, but they burned and they lost more troops than you? Then it's okay. It's one hit. Your alliance will heal your troops in the hospital, and you made it out of there just fine. It's not a long-term plan, but you know that going in, somebody's going to be 200 million stronger than you. You know that going in, you're not going to win the battle. The point here is to make it close enough to survive the battles. And then, in addition to that one, by the way, he lost another 340 on the second fight, 340 and 102. So if you look as a total in this fight, you'll see here, I won. Now, the downfall you'll look at and be like, yeah, but look, you lost 2,000 more troops. You're right. I lost 2,000 more troops, but to the hospital. Big difference, right? Big difference between losing them to the hospital and just having your drill ground drained from getting burned and your wall burning and also losing. So if you added them up and you looked at it, it's 134 and 206 added to here. 134. So I lost 234, 236, and then he lost 540 to my 236. So he dumped 500 troops dead out of his drill ground from attacking me. That's how you want to look at these battles and you attack. And that's why I say when you're trying to stack up your teams, you're not going to be able to overcome the next person. But you are going to be able to stack it so that your wall, so that they can't burn through you. If they can't burn through you, you're saving troops. Troops equates to money, equates to resources, everything else to burn up. So, in the long run, you're better off just building your wall to be stronger, right? So that nobody can burn through you. And that's my goal right now. Now, part of that goal that happens is these whales and different people, somebody like Smoothie at 600 million power, they don't have one strong team. They have multiple strong teams. So, in order for myself to be my best defense, for me, I need to be able to switch my overlord and put him on whatever team he's going against. So in this case, you can see I went against his tank, so I switched it to air. That's the way to do it. Now, it's very quick to do it as long as you have gear on both teams. So I also focused on upgrading the gear on both of my squads. So we can look at a battle report here. We just fought some of these battle reports in here for the defenses. Let's see. Probably a good attack wallop in here somewhere. That shows a bunch. Okay. Okay, so like this one here, fighting a bunch of different people, right? So this is missile against missile. You'll see in this fight, I took 70. I'm attacking. He's defending. He still lost 70 troops. Right? I'm losing none. And that's what the important part is here. Here, I got 60 killed. He only had 21 killed. Again, this is what you want to see from a defender. Let's see what his tactic cards are doing. Good. Yeah, good for his tactic cards. That's what you want to see from defending. Is none. This is 75 they lost. Let me find. I went back to back. I probably here's air. So I want to be able to. If you look at my gear matchup right here, I still have a few pieces of gear to make red on this team for it to be 100% gear. But once I have my gear maxed, what it allows me to do is switch to any team. So then I can look at this team and say, oh, I want to make this. I'm a 70 million. Well, you know what? I'm just going to throw my gorilla over here. And now I'm 78. Now, how quick did I just do that? To be able to be flexible enough to move back and forth between my overlords, that's my goal of what I'm trying to do. So you can look at tactical and say, yeah, tactical is going to increase your first team, your first squad. And sure, for those that only have one squad or for those that only have 1-2 squad, probably important and you want to focus and try to jump the gun and go for tactical and whatever. But for my purposes, I'm trying to make 3 teams viable so that at any time I can move and put it between my missile squad, my air squad, or my tank squad, no matter who I'm fighting. That's more important to me right now. That's my progress personally for me because I have that luxury of being able to go between teams. So you'll see my development for my tech will be different than maybe necessarily yours or that I would necessarily recommend for you as we go down this path. But I also would say that you have to be careful. This when you look at what tactical has, right? I'm not looking at missing out on anything. So when you get down to here, you're going to get a drone skill star increase. I don't need a drone star skill increase. That's not in my life right now. I'm not in that game. Again, remember what these techs are for. This is for whale. This is whale-tical. That's why it came out. I know everybody gets stars in their eyes and they're like, oh, now I have access to it. It's whale-tical. It was created for whales because whales had nothing to do. The same reason why Mastery was created. Mastery was created because the whales had nothing else to improve. They already had all the valor. They wanted them to spend more money. So they came out with Mastery and they said, you know what? I'm going to give you 3 different Masteries. Ha ha. Let's see how long it takes you to get through that. And then you know what? They got through all 3 of them. They bought all the valor and they got it all. And they, blah, blah, blah. And they needed to give them something else. So after they finished all the masteries, they said, oh, we're going to give you tactical. Good luck on that. And listen, finally, you're seeing the ultimate whales are starting to finish tactical. But you ask any whale, and it is horrific journey to go through tactical. I mean, the amount of valor they're having to buy and go through is unbelievable. We're never going to, I cannot think about how long it's going to take us to ever get through valor. Just the resources that it takes for some of these things as you go down here is obnoxious. Look at this. For one item, it's going to take you 200 million iron and 200 million food as you get down on these things. Like they're so big. They're so big. It's crazy the amount of resources you need. Like 200 million per item to go down into tactical. And then you're going to try to do what? How many are you doing? Like 10, 20? Look at this one's 300 million. Whatever. But I can tell you that this is for, let's look at what tactical really provides if I was going to go down this road. As I said, this is for a drone skill star increase, right? Do I care? No, I'm not even at 10. I don't have my drone stars maxed right now. So what's my rush to do this one? Because I need to be at drone level 10. I need to get my skill chips up in order to be able to push to start getting my drone skill star increase. I need to get my skill chips to 10 before I'm even worried about this. Come down. One of the ones that I like is this one. This is for drone level cap increase. So if you're sitting there watching this and your drone is sitting there at 250 and you're like, man, I just don't know how to get to 251, tacticals for you. Go ahead. I am nowhere near 250 right now, and I am in no rush to push my drone to 250 right now. It's going to take me a long time. You can only spend your money in certain spaces. Drone level is not one of them because it's just so expensive to get these gears. And once I only push my drone level, I can't do anything else. I'm not spending money on anything else. So I'm pushing my drone level slowly, which means tactical doesn't help me if I get to this point because I'm not going to 250 yet. So everything that's in tactical is delayed for me. Like I have no reason now. I have every reason in the world to push tank mastery to 100%. But just to get a few percent increases to use all that to try to push tactical to say that I did it or to say that it helped a little bit, give my team one a bump when I can get a third team active. Or if you're looking at it and you're only on your first team, you can get a second team active with it. For me, that's more beneficial. That's more beneficial because, again, for me, it's about my wall being burned. It starts to become, as you develop and get further in this game, you start to be team one. And no doubt, there is all the way through, I don't know, probably season 3. Maybe it's season 4. A lot of people, you're only focused on your first team. Like, you really need to just push your first team because that's what matters, especially when you're attacking. Those alliance buildings in season 4 take 100 people. You want to be able to wall up that thing. It's going to do you more good to have one 60 million squad than have two 50 million squads when you're whacking that alliance thing with 100 people in it. Who cares? You got a 60 million squad and your other one's at 48 million. Just keep hitting it with your 60 million squad. You're going to do more damage. So it makes sense if you're trying to build up as a free to play and you're going forward and you're building one team across the board. Eventually, you're going to get to the point that you're going to want to build a second squad. And you're already chipping away at it. You're already building, you see it. They're going to eventually come out with a second Overlord. Probably not for free to play. You're talking a Dreamland if you're thinking free to play. But more mid spender without a doubt. Low spender, unfortunately, will probably be enticed to go after a second Overlord when you really shouldn't. But yeah, you want to develop a second team because you want to protect your wall. Like eventually you're going to want to start protecting your wall. And I don't mean protect your wall against me. I don't mean protect your wall against somebody with 80 million. I'm talking about you're going to want to protect your wall if you're sitting there at 50 million or 55 million. You want to protect your wall against somebody at 57 million or 58 million. You want to be able to protect it. You want to be able to say, I don't want that guy to burn through me. And I'll take a few extra troop loss to do it. You're going to want that. You're going to get there and you're going to want that. And it takes time to get there, especially for free to play. But you ought to have that in your dream and your target as you move forward, that there does come a time at this point that Team 2 does become important for those reasons. So I would say you want to look at that and take that with a grain of salt. Like you want to do it. You don't want to worry about it in Season 2 and Season 3 if you're free to play because too early in the game and you're still trying to build, you can't do it. But as you're building naturally, and you know what I'm talking about if you're free to play, naturally you're chipping away at your second team a little bit here and there. Like something's going there, something's going a little here, a little there. It can still suck, but you're still like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you had exclusive weapons are 20 on your first squad, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make my exclusive weapons 20 on my second squad because it's easier than doing the 30 all the way up. Maybe you start doing something like that. Maybe you put them to 10. Maybe you say, I'm going to do exclusive weapons to 10, and then I'm going to worry about 30. Sound familiar? I bet it does. Because you know why? You're chipping away. You're chipping. You wouldn't do that if it didn't matter. You would just say every single exclusive weapon I have is only going to my team 1. You're not doing that. You know you're not. So there is a time when you're going to get closer, and you're going to be like, okay, now I'm going to put a little bit more to my second team to at least make it viable so my wall doesn't burn. I think that's smart gameplay. Because you lose a lot when that wall gets burned. And again, you're looking to a couple million above you, right? You're fighting within your fight level. I'm not telling you you're going to help you with a 70 million person, but fight within your fight level, 100%. It's worth it to put that in your game plan of development to make sure you're doing that. Because it's a big deal to get that wall burned and prevent that wall from being burned. For me, it's very difficult to get this level. I'm very happy that I'm at this level where I could take somebody like that. Captain Ego at 600 million, I can take that and not let him burn me. I could never do that before. He would have burned through all my wall. So to be able to dig it a little bit is definitely worth it. I would highly recommend it. Let's see his tanks master man. All right, let me finish up what you guys got. I am free to play. Headquarter level 33. I completed the special forces heroes unit. Wow, you are certainly ahead of the game. Good job. And air mastery approximately 50%. Good stuff. But stuck at 40 million squad power. Just any research increased power, not only research. Any other. Power. I'd have to see. You have to share your report to look at your squads. Exclusive weapons are worth $1.5 million per if you're getting them to 30. $1 million just to get them to 20. So your exclusive weapons as they come in are going to be hella important to get them to 20. Your gear is your number one. I mean, your gear is going to allow you to fight above your pay grade. The more your gear, the stronger your gear is, the more you can fight. So I would highly recommend if you're free to play, you're looking for something to increase, go after your gear. Make sure you're pushing that. Make sure you're getting your honor points. Don't miss out on your gear, and push that way. Skill chips are incredible. The drone is an incredibly difficult place for a free to play player to really focus on and make it a major difference. You have to chip away at something like that. Your gears. I would say 150 is an important target to get through. Break through that threshold because you can start chipping away slowly at the levels after you get that over that 5,000 gear hump of getting through level 150. So I would be focusing on trying to get the gears to push past that 150 threshold. It's going to allow you to chip away at the power a little bit. And the important thing is, like you're saying, you're stuck at 40 million. It's not going to be similar to what I gave the advice about the gold, how to get the gold. Your power increases aren't going to come from one place. There's no magic bullet. So you have to understand that. You're going to have to increase multiple places that are going to help you develop. So it's a combination of your overlord, your gear, your exclusives, your drone level especially. Skill chips, little you could do. I mean, there's only so many places you're going to be able to get those skill chips. Your alliance store is for free to play. You're slow rolling it. There's it's not like you can rush anything in regards to that. So skill levels, obviously your skill points, make sure you're getting as many as you can there. Skill levels, I'm sure your tank centers are up. Headquarters 35, so you can push your tank, I'm saying tank like I know what you are. Your air, you said air. Okay. So your air center, I don't know if you're 35 or not, but your air center is going to be able to push your power, as you move forward. Slowly chipping away. You're 40 million, so you're probably not to like T11s yet to worry about chipping away at those. Deco, but free to play. I mean, it's hard to go after that from a free to play perspective because you're at the mercy of what the game gives you, a slow roll. So any free to play player is not going to be able to jump. And I think that's why it gets so enticing for free to play early on to look at things like T10, because you get, just from opening up T10, you get 1 million per team bonus. And it's so enticing, especially for free to play when it takes you so long to get your power up in different spots. You're like, oh my God, I can't wait for the 1 million bump. But again, it's going to hold you back in the long run, from all the other things that you get trapped on for resources. So I would say your best bet season, look for Deco. Gear, I cannot stress enough, especially from a free-to-play perspective, how important gear is. Getting those honor points and pushing that gear. My God, it's so important. It's just, especially from a free-to-play perspective. Like, you just so crazy. People start weighing, like, what should I do? What should I do? A mythic? What should I do? Whatever. You need 20 of them. So anytime you can get a mythic, you have to dive at it because there's so many. You don't get an opportunity to do it. Even I hear all this stuff about like bases, like skins. Oh, I'm going to take a skin over it. I get it. I get why you want to, but because you need so many of them and because the game offers you opportunities where you can get lucky and win a base skin, it's just so difficult. I don't know anywhere the game offers you an opportunity to win mythic prints. I don't remember any. Not at this stage. They used to have them in the events. You used to be able to get them in the events. You can't get them anymore. They're just so hard to get. So, yeah, chip away at your gear, man. Chip away. It's adding up to everything. Don't stress yourself out. You're doing great with your tech. Your tech is really important and it takes a long time to develop. I think you're doing awesome with your tech from a power perspective. And it sounds like you're working on the things you should. Your heroes, your units. That's awesome for non-valor. You got your special forces and mastery. Oh, don't forget your siege and your defense fortifications, by the way. Make sure you're doing those. Don't skip that. Don't skip those. Power in there, big power in reports when you're defending or attacking for both. So do that. But only money increases squad power is not true. Only the correct statement would be only money increases squad power fast, right? Because anybody can increase squad power over time. But yeah, from a fast perspective, that's the game. So it is what it is. You're dealing with it. Also, get into a strong alliance. If you're not in a strong, the best advice you want to grow faster, get into a stronger alliance. Get all the rewards from those whales that are spending, giving you those free alliance gifts. Get all the rewards from the events that you're getting for like a 3v3 arena. You want to build quick? Make sure you're in a strong alliance to get all those rewards. If you can't get one in your server, transfer out and go into one. The game's about money. The game's about money. Game's about resources. Then you know what? Go get them in a strong alliance. It's fun to stick with your friends in the small alliance. The problem is you're also going to sit there and complain that you're stuck at 40 million whatever and you're not moving because you're not in a strong alliance. Anybody who played this game in a weak alliance and started in a weak alliance and has gone the whole game playing in a weak alliance, you have no clue what you're missing out on. You have no clue. It is so many free items that could blow you up just from moving to from moving to a strong alliance. And you won't know it because you only know what you know. And you only know the small alliance feel. And I get it, like it becomes more stressful to play in a bigger alliance. You need to put more time, you need to put more effort. But listen, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You're going to complain about being weak, you're going to complain about not improving, and then they're going to offer a pathway to get stronger, and you're going to be like, well, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to put more effort into the game. As a free to play, because you're not spending and because you're not moving faster, it's all about effort. The only way to improve as you go into the game is effort. Playing the game, making sure you get your mobile tasks off, make sure you're not missing any of the things, the arm races, making sure all those things are taken care of. That's how you're going to improve. The consistency of playing this game over time as a free-to-play player, effort equals power for a free-to-play player. 100,000,000%. Because it's the only way. It's the only way. And do it in a strong alliance. There you go. That's the best thing I would say. Also, max all research development, but still failed with paid play. You're always going to fail with pay. If your measurement in the game is against paid players, you'll always come up short. So why would you compare yourself as a free-to-play player against paid players? Again, we start to get into this miserable part of the game, right? Where people complain. And this complaining comes on Discord, and this complaining comes everywhere about, oh, everybody spends, and I'm stuck, I can't improve, I'm free to play. It's always been that way, playing the game. That's the game. The game is to get money. We should have known this already, right? Downloading. If you just started to download this game, no. If you're a free-to-play player, it's a journey. You have to actually love and enjoy the game that you're playing in order to enjoy and have this for entertainment. If you do not enjoy this game, then is you're free to play, then don't play it. But that's the game. The game is that if you spend money, you're going to build faster. There's going to be stronger. You're never going to be the strongest player. You're never going to be anywhere close to it. You're always going to be a role player in that. You can choose to be a stronger role as a free-to-play player as an R4. There's plenty of R4 players that enjoy the strategy portion of the game and plotting the course for people on the team and maintaining the team as far as like activity level and stuff like that you could do as a free-to-play and commit to the game, as opposed to, hey, I'm the fighter that's going to destroy players. So there's other avenues to go down and different paths to play the game and enjoy it. But don't choose to be the fighter, say I'm a free-to-play, and then complain that other people are stronger than you. Just know it's not the game going in. You should definitely be downloading a different game because it's not the way the game is. So, it's for your entertainment purposes. Don't worry about it. Don't compare yourself to a paid player and try to chase after those goals. Play with somebody else who's a free to play and have that drive you. That's fun competition. Have somebody else who's an actual free to play player and compare yourself to them and how are you doing? Are they more active than you? Hey, how did you improve this? Hey, how did you do that? Where'd you get all those resources from? That's who you want to talk to. That's how you're going to enjoy the game. If you're going to ask some paid player, like, you're going to come to me and say, boy, QB, how the heck did you get your stars to 9? I paid for it. That's how I did. So, it's a simple answer. Like, I can help because I try to help any player that we've always had out on our team for free to play or low spender and give advice on what they should be doing or what they should be working on or building on and help. But listen, if you're going to try to compete with those high levels, it's not going to happen. You got to have realistic goals in this game. And can't help you if those are your goals to beat a paid player. It'll never happen. Actually, that's not entirely true. A free-to-play player can actually overcome a low spender by activity. If a low spender isn't active and they just do the minimal stuff, a free-to-play player 100% can pass them by activity level. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Seen it ton of times. Skill points, is all arms race driven. Activity like killing gold zombies, getting resources and stuff like that. Low spenders aren't, or again, you're a low spender. Under $50 a month. A low spender under $50 a month. If you're not active, you cannot compete with an active free-to-play player. That's how the game's designed. Now, you start getting over that, you start getting over $50 a month and start chipping away, then there's a limit to what a free-to-play player can overcome in that regard. But a non-active low spender free-to-play player can overcome that. Absolutely. Seen it. Because he can't burn you, he wastes too much time on you. And I mean, if you're strong, you're valuable. We could say if you're very strong, it's hitting you instead of capturing important positions. Okay. Agreed, Kamazino. The problem is it's not a long-term thing where you can really spend too much activity. What you can do the Baja. Hey, by the way, shout out to Baja for you. So they do that. Hey, thanks, Billy. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. What spending advice do you have for Gorilla to stay competitive? High efficient spender, number 2 server, just unlocked this week at Rookie 2. What advice spending do you have for Gorilla to stay competitive? Spending on Gorilla. So the strongest thing for Gorilla, period, is your bond badges. Your problem is if you just unlock the Gorilla, I don't know what your spending level's at. You say high efficient spender. Okay, high spender, but you're efficient, so that's kind of that's more difficult. Bond badges are the way to go for seeing a difference in Gorilla. It's very clear, like when you look at what the Gorilla does. I just went up to strategic pillar. This is why I jumped in power, by the way, to 80 million, because I went to strategic pillar. If you look at, everybody focuses on a lot of different things with the Gorilla, and a lot of people spend money on their survival training and the special training to lift the hero and overlord because they love how it increases the entire team. That's all fine and good. But if you want to increase the power of the Gorilla, it's all locked in to the bond badges. The bond badges will show you very clearly here, your overlord hit boost is 30% is my next level that I'm going to. Your attack boost, 30. My defense boost, 30. The resistance to all damage types is 45%. It's ridiculous. That is huge for Gorilla. The critical rate is 5%. 431, 432. I will say your bond badges are what really going to make a difference for your Gorilla in itself. To you're going to have, like, the Gorilla needs to stay alive. Now, the other thing with the Gorilla, I will tell you that you want to invest in when you're doing your skills. Skills are incredibly important. Do not waste your time on the skills of Riot Shot and Furious Hunt. Your Gorilla is defensive. These are offensive, attack-based rings. So I'm not concerned about the Overlord attacking anybody. I'm just not. I only get limited places to increase my skills. I want to do them in these. Now, if you really look at these things are incredibly important for your Overlord, helping your entire team. It's not just helping your Overlord, keeping your Overlord alive to do these things. So your Overlord drains, this is from Brutal Roar. Your Overlord drains 7.2% critical rate from 3 back row enemy units and increases the critical damage received by 2 front row units by 7.2%. Now think about this from a Deco perspective. What if I told you I can add Deco and increase your critical damage by 7.2%? Right? So you're draining the critical rate from what's mostly the back row where your damage dealers are, which are typically damage dealers in the back row, which, by the way, shout out to Stetman, because if you're going to put your damage dealer in the front row and you think their power is going to be high, Stetman's going to crush your front damage dealer. But this is going and attacking most of the damage dealers in the back row. Incredibly important. If you do the math here, you're talking about a 14% swing for these. Now, this is just for Brutal Roar. You also look at armor and the difference armor does with your skills. Reduces all damage taken by itself. Also, though, 3 back row units by 7%. After the battle begins, it reduces auto attack damage taken by itself from 47%. So it's just helping its defense. But this is huge. It's helping your 3 back row units, which is your main damage dealers for the most part. So I would say that Brutal Roar and Armor are incredibly important in making your Overlord actually matter, right? You keep that Overlord. Think about how long you're keeping that Overlord alive, and then thinking what it's doing. Just the critical rate drain of 7% from the back row is huge. It's huge. Again, you say to Deco, and you're like, oh, look at it. Oh, I can't wait to do all these Deco and raise my critical rate by 1%. Oh, that's awesome. You know, you're dropping their critical rate by 7%. Really important. And then that goes back into like using the stars. So I think there's money that where you're spending money early on from the gorilla. It's probably better if you organized yourself and you somehow resisted spending on the bond badges early on. Because I know it's $10. It's $50 for 10 bond badges early, right? But then those bond badges are going to move to Bounty Hunter. And you're going to be able to get 50 for a fraction of the cost to get 50 of them. And you can improve a lot through 50. You can lift your bond up a lot through 50. I did. I have not spent early on. I spent the 10 for 50 early on. And I stopped once Bounty Hunter went. If I knew Bounty Hunter was going to have them, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have done it to begin with. I would have just went with Bounty Hunter because it's about you're a high spender, but you're efficient. You're saying you're efficient, which is great, because I am. And I will tell you, it's about spreading out your money, right? It's about not just focusing on one thing. You want to improve multiple things. And if you're spending all your money on your gorilla, you don't have money to push all other things. So spend smart. I would wait for Bounty Hunter to do this, even though I will say it's probably the most important thing to keep your gorilla alive. Skills, don't chase after skill points. You'll get plenty. I've never really purchased a skill point. Other than the Friday event, where right now you could purchase coming up right now the gorilla badges or the gorilla special training. I've done it because it also comes with skill points, so I've done it here and there. But you can see I'm already moving this thing. It can only go to 40, and I'm already 31 and 32. My advice for you to spend on gorilla right now, the best value, is to push its stars. Gets to shards and try to push it. To a degree, by the way. Don't go all in and do the event. Let me show you why. Right now, I've improved my gorilla, and look how many shards I have left that I can't even use. I have 200 shards just sitting here that I can't use. I have 1,000 universal shards that I can't use because I've maxed my gorilla. This will be great for the next thing, but all I'm pointing out to you now is, as a high spender, you're going to have plenty of avenues to get shards also as you move forward. My gorilla has been maxed for some time, though. And the reason why I say it's worth it on the stars to spend money and promote it to 7, eventually getting there, level it out, is because your skills are based off of that. If you look at the difference between what it's increasing, just 3 stars, it's lifting. This Brutal Roar is just so awesome. This critical rate is so cool. So if you're looking at critical rate 1%, and then you're looking at critical drain 1%, this is all from the 6th star. So getting these increase is so important when you're starting out. So I would say if you're looking for an avenue to spend, the smart spend would be go after the shards right now. You can go after some special training early on to be able to push your bond badges. Maybe get the weekly deal, like I would say like what I do, the 5, 10, 20 is enough. You don't need to do the 50 and 100 to make a difference. You'll be okay. And just know it does take a little bit of time to develop that gorilla. If you think about, though, where you are, this is an important way to think about this, even as a high efficient spender. Think about where you are versus free-to-play low spender. If it's not building fast enough, just think at the increase you're going versus other people. You're not a whale, right? You're not a whale. If you were a whale, then I would tell you just buy everything. You wouldn't have to ask me what to do. You just buy everything. So you're not a whale. You want to do high things. So compare yourself to a free-to-play and low spender and think how long it's going to take them to improve that gorilla. It's going to take them forever, for an eternity. So while you're getting things and you think it's taking a long time, reflect how long it takes them and keep your timeline in that mindset of, there's going to take, even though you're spending, it still takes you a little bit of time. Just know you multiplied it 50 times, 100 times faster than a low spender was, or a mid spender is, and probably 1,000 times faster than a free to play. So know you're getting that level and doing that. I would go in that order though for yourself of what priority is for a gorilla. And once you start really pushing, once you get to 7, once you get this to 7, and you don't have to worry about the shards anymore, you can focus all your attention on bond badges. That's what I do. I've slowly started to move my special training up as well because I've gotten to this level. There's other things to work on, man, though. You're a high spender. Don't forget other things to spend on over gorilla now, because I know I answered your question because you specifically asked me about gorilla. I'm going to just pull it back for a second and say that as a high spender, why do you want to spend on gorilla? Because there's so many other opportunities where you can spend to get ahead. I want you to spend on gear, on not first, second. You're a high spender, man. You can't walk around with just one team. You're going to walk around with 2 teams. Number one, that's your priority. You should have a second team being built. I want your gear maxed out, man. You should be working on that gear, and you should be getting all the prints you can get. You should be getting mythics. You get your bullseye event. I want you to dump as much as you can into the bullseye event every single time as a high spender, and I want you to max out that stuff and get your red print every single bullseye event. Just dump it in. As a high spender, just do that. Even if you only focused on that for a while, just to build out your gear, man, so important. So important as a high spender to keep you in those fights. You've got to be able to get your first team, your second team. And then you're going to want to spend a little bit of time on your drone, like your skill chips. Major player, man. You want your skill chips. You're going to want to get your drone level up to 200 for you. You make sure your drone level's on its way to 200 if it hasn't already. You're gonna crush that and keep moving. And then also your skill chips. Man, they got to get to 8 stars. You got to get your T1 has to be to 8 stars. Make sure you're doing that. And pushing that out. So 8 stars on that. Exclusive weapons should all be 30, not 20, 30. You're a high spender, man. No time to play around. You should be, T1 should be 30, your T2 should be 30. You should be crushing those too. And getting those done. All that's other stuff. Deco's another place. For a high spender. I would rather be working on my Deco than my gorilla with a lot of the money. The increases that you get across the board for your Deco to level 4, level 3 is no. All your Decos should be level 3 as a high spender. If it's not, then you got work to do. That's where you should be doing it. All 3 should be, and you should be on your way to 4s. For Deco. So anyway, those are kind of some avenues I would be going down and looking towards as I'm developing as a high spender versus other people. And gorilla would be kind of like a chippy thing, like slowly but surely. I would be developing gear, exclusives, chips, Deco. All those things would be more important for me as building out. Anyway, hope that helps, Billy. And thank you for the gift. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so come on. Mazzino, yeah, I agree. So you can't burn my wall, but it doesn't mean that I can also hang around him to sit there and take a bunch of damage from him for a long period of time. It gets to the point where my alliance can no longer back heal, and I need to back heal. I can't be using speed ups on my hospital in these battles. I need my alliance to back heal me. Once you get past the threshold of back healing, get the hell out. You're losing too many troops. You got to get out. So you want back healing to occur. So I can be a distraction to him, but I need to be a distraction like Baja. I need to hop around. I need to have him hopping around and not make it easy for him to hit me. I let him hit me on these on purpose so I can see these battle reports, and then he couldn't get through me. But like in the long run, you don't want to just sit there and let a 600 million player just whack you over and over. But yes, it's a hell of a distraction if he's worried. I do this in Winter Storm. If you watch me play Winter Storm, I do this all the time. I have the strong player. If I'm a weaker player than the stronger player, I will allow him to hit me all the time. Like, keep hitting me. Go ahead. Like, if I'm distracting you and pulling you away from the rest of the team, I need to trust that my team in Winter Storm is good enough. I just pulled away the strongest player. He's stronger than me, which means I canceled out a player stronger than me. I'm going to pull him out. You can all do the same thing at your levels. If you're canceling out a player stronger than you in Winter Storm, trusting your team to do the rest of the work, it works. It works. Sometimes it works. Now, if your team isn't efficient and you can't control, you get maxed up in Winter Storm. So it's not always a great comparison, but it works. I have maxed all non-Valor tech except Garage 3. Yeah, don't worry about Garage 3. Garage 3 should be such a back burner. It's such a waste. Garage 3 is such a waste of resources and speed ups. And it's garbage. Drives me nuts. It's horrible. Horrible investment. You really got to have everything else done to be pushing on that. Because it's such a terrible investment. 100% air mastery. Love it. 25% tank. 50% each on... Okay, now let's get that siege and defense up. Up. Go ahead. Complete those things. Get the power out of there. If you got 50%, you probably have a good 10% left. 20% left of power by itself of just defense stuff in there. So get that. Got 60K to spend next week. I guess you got it. Look at you. You know what to do. Welcome in, by the way. D1, I'm learning a lot from this stream as a free-to-play. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yep, if you're not down to lose battles, you'll just quit. Oh, look at Manzino. 100% agree. 100% agree with you. You gotta be willing to fight, and you gotta be willing to lose. And you gotta be willing to listen to, ego bumpers talk junk. It is what it is. It's all good. I got hung up high this Christmas. I have T11s. Lost to 2 different players who had T10s. Yep. Okay. Totally agree with that. I had more power both instances. I tried everything. Tank, missile, air. They had missile and air. Drove me nuts. Okay, well, listen, Chicken Charlie. Where are these reports? I need to see this. T11, I mean, listen. T11s are like... T11s are drone components. T11s are like drone components. As you go across a T11, whether you unlock it or you don't, as you go across, you're just gaining power from them, right? So it's like the drone components. As you go across 20%, 40%, 60%, they do it. So just because you have a drone component at a 10 doesn't mean that you're not going to lose to a 9 who has a 9 at 80%, right? So that player who has T10s may not have unlocked T11s yet, but they may be on the cusp of doing so. So they got a bunch of the power of the T11s already increased. They just haven't completely unlocked it yet. So it's a poor measurement of T11 versus T10. I would not be judging based on that. There's other things you're giving away, Charlie, than just that if you're losing battles. We got to look at those reports and help you out there. Mazzino, Baja gameplay is all. Absolutely. Go out there and watch that video of having fun with Baja. Go see it. If you guys haven't seen it, you want some entertainment? Just watch Baja kill. A perfect example of why we love to fight, right? Of why we don't like negotiated outcomes. Just watch Baja. I'll tell you one guy who was not interested in negotiated outcomes. It's Baja. No way. No way. We're going to have... Don't worry. Baja will be back, by the way. Shout out to Baja. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Oh, nothing but fun with Baja, man. Hema, welcome in. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome, Billy. Anytime. Join the Discord. Get us in there. Love to have you. Okay. See. Bellico. Bellico's back. Welcome in. Haven't seen you in a while, Bellico. Amazing breakdown on how to spend. Thank you. You are welcome, Bellico. Anytime. Anytime. Thanks. Only doing Garage 3 for Arms Price. Yeah, me not. Yeah, it wasn't wasn't crapping on you for Garage 3. I was just saying overall, just a straight rant that I go into on Garage 3. Don't get me started. Like this unbelievable. Like they can just remove that friggin' thing from tech. It's so bad. It's like this thing that we're compelled to work on it, right? We're compelled to work on it, like because it's there. But man, it's such a succubus of resources and time. It's terrible. Ugh, drives me nuts. And for a fourth team that you never fight with anyway. So, you're going to put your Garage 3 on your fourth team. Unless you don't have a fourth team. And if you don't have a fourth team, if you're not spending to have a fourth team, odds are you don't have a third team that's good enough to fight anyway. So Garage 3 is a waste either way. It's just something that I'm telling you, just drives me nuts. When are we going to see Morrison Sam? Listen, Bellico, come on! I literally just unlocked Morrison last night. So here's the thing that some of you don't know. I didn't give a update. I need to give a week 5 update because I had some personal things I was attending to. So poor WWC went to crap a little bit with it, but we're coming back strong. We'll be back doing our normal stuff. But Morrison skipped a week. So the people who have Morrison in this season are only getting Morrison for 10 days. 10 days. Morrison did not come out last week. Morrison came out yesterday. So we literally today would have been the first reports that I was even able to get with Morrison. And I got Morrison to level 20. All you out there, all my air folks, all my air WWC sandboxers, I'll be looking forward to seeing those Morrison reports coming in because right now, I don't have him at level 30 yet either, so I can't give you the full scope of it. But soon, we will be doing. Listen, Bellico, one thing we'll be doing a ton of is sandboxing. We have all these new exclusive weapons to go through. Once they remove the battle cards, it's going to be a little bit better to do the sandboxing because right now it's really sandboxing in the season to show you what things look like. But removing those battle cards is so important to give a realistic of what it really looks like for these teams. And by that, I mean attacking and defending. It's just hard to do. So we sandbox by the real life environment of Season 5 to show you those reports. But the real deep dives into what these teams look like outside the season, yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So Belco, stay tuned. It's coming. Believe me, we will spend a ton of time over the next couple months on lives. We'll just be diving in to our exclusive weapons and mixed squads and going over the reports everybody's sharing and experiences and compiling the data of what works and what doesn't. So, yeah. Love to see Baja. Yeah, Baja's already said he would like to do another stream as well. So, listen, I think the one thing we all agree on in 2026 is more Baja. I think the WWC's community has spoken, and we will certainly have more Baja for us. So I will tend to our buddy Baja. Okay, we are in season 3. Okay. All right. I know. Oh yeah, Bellico. I know. That's in the Garage 3. Trying to get the rant up. You hit the right spot. I don't know, Bellico. What were you talking about? Oh, the Morrison sandboxing. Yeah. Okay. It's coming. Believe me. I gotta get the Stetman one too. I want the tank. The Stetman ones are. I'll tell you right now. The reports that are really intriguing me the most are the Stetman reports. I think it's because everybody in the game that you talk to craps on tank. So it's so incredible to me how much people have such a strong opinion on how useless tank is and how tank gets beat, tank does this and whatever. And then we continuously show battle reports where tank is winning and tank is beating Missile with a 30 Fiona and and they're just ignored. It's like, oh, that can't happen. That's not real. Like, what are we doing? Creating fake battle reports over here? Like, it's you just why hate on Tank so much? The battle reports are showing how viable it is. And now we need to see. Now we need to see the Statman 30. This is what we've been waiting to see: the Statman 30 versus the Morrison 30. What does a Tank versus Air now look like after this season 5? I cannot wait to see it. Again, no, don't want it to win. Don't need it to win. Just want it to keep it close. That's it. That's our main goal. Just keep the fight close, and it's a win. 14 to 42 million. Yeah, 14 is something. It's really. I would not recommend those that are investing in the monthly pass for the 4th team. You're not going to use it. Like, free to play, low spender. You don't need no 4th team. You don't need it. You don't. I'm telling you, you can get by. You know when you can't get by on the 4th team in this game? When you always have the 4th team. If you never have the 4th team, you don't know what you're missing. You'll train yourself to do it with your 3rd team. Because as a free-to-play low spender, your 3rd team is your 4th team. Like, you know what I mean? Low spender, even mid-spender. Think about how often you're using that 4th team to do what? Play DS? Play Winter Storm? Collect an RSS squares? Like, what are you exactly using it for that you just could never do without? It's just the game sucks you in that you've always had it, so you have it. But it's never powerful enough. You just better off saving the money. You really are. You really are. 4th team sucks. 4th team sucks. Maybe one day I won't be able to say that, but here I am 2 years in, and I can tell you, 4th team has always sucked for me. I have a question. Pushing 2 hero EW to 20 or go for 1 hero all heroes should be 20. Before you do any 30, all heroes should be 20 on your team. Always. There's an argument, depending on where you are in the game, to make your 2nd team 20s before you even push your 1st team to 30, depending on what you are. If you're free to play, probably not, unless you're doing mixed squads and you care about somebody. Like I always say, Mason. Mason's always worth it because you Mason. Marshall's always worth it because of World Boss. So you really need to work on Marshall no matter what team you're part of, because Marshall goes into every team to help you with World Boss, and World Boss equals points. Equals treasure. So how's somebody attacking me? Oh, I was like, how the hell am I getting attacked? Go ahead. This thing's committing suicide is what's going to happen. Oh my god. Anyway. More let's see what we got here. Yeah. So go ahead. Do definitely 20, man. Always 20 all day before 30. That's an easy one. Morrison, hit point percent damage. OP. Hit point damage. Looks OP. I'm not sure what you mean, because stop talking about Statman. My main squad is Tank. Love a sleeper build. Man, you got it. Because you should see the messages I get shitting on Tank. And, telling me what a schmuck I am talking about Tank. I mean, it's wild. It's unbelievable to me. I listen. I love it. I wouldn't, if I cared if I cared about negative comments, then I wouldn't be doing this to begin with. Right? It might be fragile to worry about what some keyboard tough guy stranger says on the on the computer. Give me a break. Say whatever you want. I don't care. If it makes you feel better, good for you. That's all I care about. But I can tell you, Tank, man, awesome. I love Tank. Unfortunately don't have it. Committed a long time ago. But hey, I'm strong enough to be able to say that Tank's strong. Tank's good. Battle reports prove it again. It's not like I'm just an opinion-based thing. It's like I can see the battle reports. And we'll see as we move forward. So you definitely got a sleeper build. Po5. And more power to you for sticking with Tank straight through. More power to you, man. That's a hell of a distraction to try to go. So love it. Good work. And welcome in. Instead, the circle of life is the circle of last war. Air, it's Tank. Tank beats Missile. Missile beats Air. Right. I am Air, and I love my Tank squad. Is what stopped Missile Squad for going crazy on me. Okay, Bellico. I'm going to say this one time right now for you. All right? Again, I'm going to tell you. Your goal is not to win. Air will always be better than tank. Our goal and our statement is never that air isn't better than tank. But your goal is to keep the battles close. You just want to be able to survive air. Remember, before season 5, it was a 10 million difference between the two that was like beating it. If you can get that tank squad to like where you can actually beat air when it's 3 million stronger, 4 million stronger, 5 million, or you can make it just about an even battle. No problem. Air is no longer strong enough for you where you can survive the wall, right? Air before was friggin' just killing walls. It was ridiculous how much your tank could be 60 million and a 52 million air could come along and beat you. You're like, what is going on? This sucks, right? That's what we're hoping now with the Stepman exclusive or some Morrison exclusive. We'll see. But we're hoping that it's going to keep it a little bit closer now where you're going to win those 8 million difference battles, those 9 million different battles, right? And you might lose the 2 million different battles or the 3 million. Let's get it back to where it used to be when we started playing the game, where it was realistic with these battles and how you invested. That's what we're hoping to do. Keep it close, not overcome completely. You know, you got to have the advantage. That's part of the game, right? You're going to have the advantage on the squads. You just want it to be a realistic advantage. That's all. I do use fourth with one blue hero to roam around and zero. But there you go. There you go, man. Good point. You can use it. The problem, the only thing I'm saying with that, you're using your fourth for that. You can use your third for that. You know what I mean? Like third isn't worth fighting. You're just losing troops. When you're even for me, like right now, my third, I tried to fight a couple times. I don't know what those battle reports look like with tank, but with some of the stuff that I have weakened out, it probably didn't come out great. It's not strong enough yet. But you can zero out things with a third team. But yeah, it's 100% another use for a fourth team. Totally agree with you, man. It's a good point. Is it crazy to have a VIP 17 before season? You're trolling, Nolan? Yeah, they're trolling. Is it crazy? Yeah, I'd say it's crazy. I mean, the way people spend money around here. I mean, listen, you go across YouTube, you would think the game's gonna die. The game's gonna be over, and then you come along and say people are spending money so much that they're a VIP 17 before season 1, and I feel like it proves everything that I've been preaching ever since I started this thing. That game is going nowhere. As long as people are spending money on, they're not even in season 1 yet, and they're dumping money into this game. Hilarious to me. Hilarious. I assure you, on Sunday night or Wednesday nights, it'll be rant central on a lot of the stuff that's been going on since we took our break. My God, it's been crazy. Crazy. Okay. Let me finish up here. What we got? I played a very similar game to last war. Is it worth it for a full legendary team on wait for hero upgrades in the season and focus on the second team? Hancho, I don't know what you're playing a similar game to last war. Are you asking me a question about last war? Or are you asking me your other similar game to last war? If you're asking me, I would say early on, don't focus early on, especially if you're not a spender. If you're not a spender, don't focus on a second team. You're early on, just keep focusing on your team 1. Blow out one team. Just worry about one team and go forward. Be a team 1 for a long time. You can start chipping away here and there at a second team to form a second squad when you first start, but just hone out your first team and only focus on that. Don't worry about spreading out stuff, especially early in the game. Just develop your strong fighting squad and go from there. That's what you should be doing. Merry Christmas, Charlie. Merry Christmas. Welcome in. All right. 100 million power before season 1 is ridiculous. He buys one everything I'm sure he does. Hey, listen, good for it's good for me. Good for him because it's good for me. It's good for us. It's good for the game. As far as I'm concerned, we're just trying to play the game for 10 years. So, by all means, thank that person to continue to invest in the game and show the developers they can continue to make seasons, and we continue to go forward, because that's all we're doing. We're plowing forward here, guys. We're plowing forward. It's awesome. Awesome to see. Awesome to hear. Love it. All right. That isn't yet. Probably close, though. How long is off-season between season 4? So, that's a loaded question there, Pegasus, and welcome in. Welcome in. You're welcome, Hancho. Well, Pegasus, I will say that ours are in the early servers here, or the old servers, I should say. We had 3 months between the season. I think it was over 3 months. It was so long, which is why it's so funny to me that now we have negotiated outcomes, because we had nothing to do. But yeah, it was a long off season. Everybody talked about how much we hated the off season, for how long it was. Now, I've heard from many servers now who are moved into season 5 that in between season has cut down. And it sounded like it was only, don't quote me for sure, you can go into Discord and ask that, people who went through it, but from what I've heard, it seems like it was only 6 weeks maybe for the in-between seasons. Have a much shorter span, probably because they doubled up with us. We had 2 server wars that we had to go through, and they doubled everything up with our season that we went through. But yeah, I would say that you probably only have a 6-week span of time. It sounded like to me what people were saying. So those coming forward will have a much more realistic time period between season 4 and season 5 for the off season. So there you go. I can't imagine how long it's going to be between season 5 and season 6. You guys will know this is our first season. We started this. Actually, we started the WWC. Well, I know it seems like we've been here for a long time. We really have not. We just it's been incredible how it's exploded with everybody. But we've only been doing it for a few months. During the off season is when we first had the WWC. So this will be our first migration. I can assure you in Discord, I will share all the migration colors for the seats, the total hero power. I'll give everybody what they're looking for from a migration, and make sure of it from here forward. Once you get SIFA, you will know all you need to know about the power, because I know what it's like and what everybody looks for. Whether you're a blue seat, white seat, doesn't matter. I will get people to show their power, where they sit for chairs. We'll get as many people as humanly possible. We'll dump all of that data into Discord for everybody. So you can know the chair information and what you need for power and what you need for migration and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So I will make sure you have all that data. Yeah, that's how long it should be in between. Just finished season 4 and I posted my seat color and info on this. Thank you, Pegasus. Thank you very much. Appreciate you contributing. I think all of us, once we continue to do this in the WC, we keep showing those chairs, you're going to give everybody the information they're looking for. Right? Everybody wants to know what chair power, what's my power, what do I need to do migration, how far do I need to drop, how do I drop, all this good stuff. Like all of that we got to put in the Discord to give everybody the chair and have those conversations. It all comes with the proof of the colors and the power, and keep sharing that stuff. That is infinite stuff. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll sort through that channel and I'll look at all the power. I'll try to chart it out for everybody so everybody can see kind of in a more of like a Excel chart of what season, where your power is, what we've seen for chairs, and make it easier for you to see that info. So we'll eventually do that and clean that up. My server of 1879 has drone combat boost and skill chip coming in 2 days. What to focus on first? Chip is one and the same. So you can't really focus on boost. Your chip will give you the boost. You don't want to pay for anything in regards to boost. You just go naturally with your skill chip and increase. Also, you'll find experience in the Alliance store for your chips. The one thing to make sure you're doing early on is you're just focusing on one set of chips. The problem really becomes when you do the random chips and it spreads it around. So eventually, what you end up with is is being able to develop your own chips and make your own chips. So then that's way more valuable than the random chips that go on a third team you're never going to use. But yeah, chip is the way to go. And then you can get a lot of chip stuff for free in the Alliance store. Don't just ignore Boost. Boost will come natural. You'll be fine. 112 million total hero power and 18. Oh yeah. I mean, can you? Here's the thing. If you're 112 million total hero power, I get it. I understand. You want to spend money and you want to get strong. Okay, I get it. You have the money, more power to you. Again, I'm not cutting on anybody. I love it because it helps us all extend this game's life. But guys, I understand that if you're low power, it would be fun to be 112 million power for a day. For a little bit. Maybe a server war would be fun to contribute, right? But think about being able to play the game every single day. You don't have to worry about what you're going. There's no strategy to what you're increasing. This conversation that we're having right here for the last couple hours would be non-existent. There's no strategy to what you're just upgrading everything. All you're doing is upgrading because you're spending. You're just spending and upgrading it all, no matter what. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to do. There's nothing whatever. You're just increasing everything. And you're buying everything. And nobody is near you in power. So, like, when you're doing that, there's nobody that can compete with you at that level. You're 112 million. Who can compete with you? If you're 19 server 1900 and you're 112 million hero power. Like, it just seems so excessive. But listen, again, I love it. More power to you. I want them to spend more because it helps us enjoy the game longer. I just think as we play this game, it's a way to play it. It just seems like it would be boring after a while, to me. So, going strong. Yeah, okay. I'm sure your server's going strong. You got 112 million. Listen, that guy's 112 million a couple months into the game. I'm over 2 years into the game, and I just got excited about 80 million. So, yeah, I'm sure. With that, everybody, that is enough. I can't believe what time it is. Already used up a time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're sitting at work, got you through your time, and you had a good time today. Appreciate you all contributing and coming along in the battles for earlier. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back soon. Coming back, all my stuff is done, so I will be back to committing to the game and the WWC. I'll see you shortly. Thank you all for joining. QB18 out.